I recently got a really good question about the DD+7 pay cycle on Amazon that I thought would be really interesting to cover for pretty much everyone who is still confused on why DD+7 really sucks for sellers. So this person left a comment and they essentially asked question. For the first pay cycle of DD+7, I understand how it can be tight, but after that, wouldn't you just be getting that previous payment cycle lag payments as explained in the video? So it kind of just covers itself. I hope I explained that clearly enough. So the answer is yes and no. Yes, you technically after that first payment are just going to be getting used to the lag cycle from a overall cash flow perspective. But here's the real reason as to how DD+7 hurts. So I thought the easiest way here would be pull up a calendar. So essentially, the way to look at this is that let's say that your first payment cycle, the lag cycle, is going to be here. So you're going to get a payday here. So we're going to do payday on this. So this will be your big bold payday. Yay, we love a good payday. And let's say that somebody orders a product on Friday the 1st. And so this is going to be first order. Fantastic. I have caps on. So they first order. Typically speaking, Amazon is going to have 2-day delivery. So this is going to be a DD of 2 days. So this is going to be delivery day. I need to stop doing the shift, but this is going to be delivery day right here, this third date. Now, DD+7 means that you have to do, this is DD+1, +1. So this is going to be DD2. This is going to be DD3. And then this will be DD4, so on and so forth. So you see now that we have essentially DD5. So on payday, we are only at DD5, right? So when we're looking at this, you have now had an order on the 1st, and you still aren't getting paid for that. We can go back even more, and we could say that this is our 3rd order, and then right here on the 30th, and then we'll go back one more. Here's the 29th, 28th, 27th. Let's say that this is right here, first order. This is second order. So if we're looking at this, your second order, even still, let's say that it gets delivered here, we're still going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're also not getting paid for this order or any orders on the 30th. And then right here for the 29th, it's still getting ordered here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is your payday. So even though this is your payday, right, you're not going to still get for this order right here, which, mind you, is still basically 10 days from your payday. So that means that you are essentially, let's say that you paid for this order a PPC cost. So PPC cost of $250. So you are out of money for this PPC cost of $250, and you don't get it on this payday. Because typically Amazon is going to have payday 2, which is going to be 2 weeks after this payday. So if we're looking at this, you essentially have a payday 2 right here on the 22nd. And for this order that somebody ordered on the 29th that you had to pay the PPC cost for of $250, you are not getting paid until likely the 22nd because of how DD+7 works. Because it is likely that even though this could be first order, so we'll do F1 DD7, you're not getting paid for this one because your payday would have to be a theoretical payday on the 9th to be able to qualify for the DD+7 here. That is why it is such a pain right now that DD+7 has been implemented for so many sellers. And to answer and go back to the question here of after that first lag cycle, is it not a problem anymore? And the answer is still no, because the way you need to look at it as well is these two orders right here. Let's say that this order costs you $250 in PPC. This order cost of, let's say, $1.50, right? Not much, but when you start quantifying this times, 100 orders, 200 orders, 300 orders, right? That's when these start to add up. So we could do 2.5 times 50, and then this one, let's say, is going to be 1.5 times 75. We got our A cost down a little bit. Fantastic. Now, if we look at that, right, that means that in reality, we can pull up a calculator here, right? We'll pull out our calculator. So if we're looking at this, 2.5 times 50, so you've spent 125 on PPC, and then 1.5 times 75 equals 112. Plus, so we've spent realistically around the aspect of $237.50 on these 2 days on PPC. Now, most people pay their PPC costs from a credit card, because on credit cards, you usually can get somewhere between 1 and 5% back, or points on the credit card as well, which, is a lot. Because if you're thinking about this, at $237.50, if we multiply this by, let's say, 0.97, let's say you have 3% back right in the median there, you're only actually paying $230. So that's why a lot of people pay with credit card. Now, the thing about this, though, is that your credit card statement, let's say that your credit card statement for this right here comes due right here. Or even better yet, it comes due on the 5th, right? Or maybe it comes due on the 8th. Fantastic. So now we are going to be stuck in a situation of perpetual, we are behind on payments. We are not getting paid when we have to have payment. This gets perpetually worse when you look at things such as Payday 2 here. Because again, if we go Payday 2, same exact structure, we initially are still getting paid out on Payday 2 here for pretty much all of this right here. So anything from realistically like the 12th all the way to the 29th. So we're actually looking at about 14 days worth of total ad spend, sales, everything that you're not getting paid for until the 22nd. But then when you actually look at that and you're kind of starting to think about it, you start thinking, oh, that means that on this 22nd payday here, I also am not getting paid for anything on the 22nd through the 13th. But oh no, I now have to pay the 13th through the 30th for anything PPC wise. So if we just look at this and we just multiply this every single day, right? Every single day of the month, we're doing this, so on and so forth. Through and through, we're just throwing all of our PPC spend. Let's say we're super, super critical with it, and we go all the way through the entire month here. The issue is that after that first pay cycle, it gets perpetually worse with this second payday. So yes, this second payday, we're getting all of this up until probably about the 12th, again, because of DD+7 here. But that also means that once our credit card comes due on the 1st of the month, at the end of this month, we are paying essentially that 1.5. So if we pull up our calculator again, 1.5 times, let's say 75 orders come from PPC per day, right? We're now looking realistically at 13th through the 30th, right? So, at that point in time, we're looking at 17-ish days. We're looking at 17 days. So you can just take this times 17. We're now stuck the bill with $2,000 essentially that you can't pay. Or you could pay, but you have to pay it off of everything from the beginning of the month and hope that your sales realistically covered it and your prior payday also covered it. That's why DD+7, even after that first initial lag, becomes such a problem. It has nothing to do with the aspect of after that first initial lag, you kind of catch up. No, your cash flow is permanently impacted and set back, not 7 days, but realistically can be in a lot of instances about 14 days because of that +7 from delivery day. So this is one of the things where that's how it's primarily affecting sellers. So is there a way you can kind of get around this? Not really, unfortunately, but to hopefully answer the question here that they had asked, I think I did a good explanation. If you have further questions on how DD+7 works, ways to improve your cash flow on Amazon and PPC, feel free to check out some of our links below and follow our channel, subscribe, like this video, and ask any comments or any questions down below as well.